Hello, hello, and welcome back to the Real Talk Show. It's your girl Dio in the building, and I'm here with
Chloe Alexandra. Pew, 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 pew.
That's right.
Yes.
To be honest, this has been a long time coming. Yeah, it's been pending for a while.
For a hot second. We're here now.
But today, trigger warning. Okay, we're talking about some sensitive things today. Okay, the cost of fame, abuse, exploitation, grooming. All the heavy stuff, because a lot has been happening. All the things been coming out. Diddy's trial going on, and you know Diddy is one of many. So we've got to dive deep.
Yeah.
And we've got to talk about it because it's just all too much.
It's scary. It's scary in these streets right now.
It's very, very scary. I feel it. You know what? I feel it for everyone.
It's a lot, because I feel like, I know you're going to start off, but I just have to make this one comment, yeah?
Do it.
I think because it's everyone that we grew up listening to, watching, aspiring to be.
That's so true.
Enjoying. It's showing us not to idolize people as much and try and get to know the individual as well as their art, and then make a judgment from that point. But yeah,
that's so true, because the art and the artists, they are connected. Sometimes it's quite hard to separate both. I can understand, because I've had my trials and tribulations too in that sector. But certain people I can't listen to anymore. Like R. Kelly, I definitely can't listen to anymore. I just can't. I know he made iconic music.
This sounds so bad, but I don't actively listen to R. Kelly.
Yeah.
So I don't search for R. Kelly. But if Ignition comes on in the function, you can't help it, man. I'm sorry, this sounds so bad. Don't put Ignition on around me. That's what I know.
No, but it's like, even a Step in the Name of Love came on. Like, everyone's gonna dance. I'm just there like, ooh, when are you gonna change the song? Ooh.
I'm gonna Ignition my life away. Sorry. Anyway, continue.
But guys, starting with a shocking statistic, yeah?
Okay.
So celebrities in America die 25 years younger than the average person, which is 72. Their life expectancy is about 50, 58, around that range. And obviously we've seen so many people that have died even younger than that. So the cost of fame, it comes really high. And sometimes you're just thinking, is it actually worth it? Is it all worth it?
Well, with those stats, you would think it's not worth it. But everyone has one life to live, and they should be able to live their life the way they are destined to. And if it's to be a celebrity, then fine. But I would think now, especially going forward, when entering these industries, a lot, especially like, let's say the music industry, any industry, starting young is the best time, right? When you're like at least 14 and you get into the game. I think education and guidance is so important for longevity in terms of life.
That's very true.
I think.
Because a lot of the tools don't come with what you're going to experience. Like, anything can happen. And it's so broad and so vast. But yeah, starting from young is good, but a lot of the young actors did get exploited. They weren't getting paid the way they were supposed to.
100%, because there wasn't enough child protection laws.
Yes.
Even in the nowadays, like for social media child stars, there's no laws to protect these kids from their parents exploiting them. I think right now, I don't know if it's on your list, but you know that little girl they call Miss Shirley?
Oh my God, yep, she's on my list.
Okay,
she's
cool, we'll go into that.
Ooh.
You know, these are the things that needs to be put in place to protect these young children, because they're kids, they don't understand. And at least when us as fans or appreciating their art can identify it. And that's why on TikTok we're always advocating for these young people, because we've seen the result.
Yeah, it's
we're gonna get into it anyway.
We're gonna get into it.
Yeah.
Okay. We see the glamour of fame, but what's the price tag that no one talks about?
Like what? What do you mean?
Like, because fame comes with either you got to sacrifice your mental health, sacrifice your, what's the word? Your morals?
Yeah, and your integrity as well.
Your integrity. I think that's the highest one.
Yeah.
I think that's the one that many people don't really talk about. Because we just see what's going on in front of the screen, you know? Like, Cassie went through, like, she was going through it for many, many years. And I feel like a lot of people do put themselves, like, through the worst and do the most extreme things, but then they're losing parts of themselves.
Yes. You mentioned Cassie. I'm going to definitely deep dive into that. But surface level, just observing, bird's eye view, looking, her life was taken away from her. In the most grotesque way possible.
Yep.
And it was due to, at the beginning, naivety, just having a weird amount of trust in someone that you don't know, simply because of who they are. And with me, my mother taught me it doesn't matter who they are, you make sure they treat you with the same amount of respect. And yeah, these are the same human beings. And I think what's helped me, especially in the field that I work in now, I see a lot of people that I've aspired to be or have relatability with, and be, oh my God, you've done all this. But they sit here and they tell their story, their testimony, which is amazing. And we might have like chats off camera, and it's just like, they are regular people, like you and me. And it's helped me be in that sense. Like, I know now that if I was in the room with Queen Bee, I'm a fangirl out. Like, there's no way I'm a part of this beehive. But there would be a point within that time that I'll be like, no, she's standing there. She has the same skeletal structure as you, the same blood, red blood as you. Is not that serious. Do you know what I mean?
No, that's very true. I feel like that's something that definitely a lot of people forget. Like, you're meeting a famous person, if they're your idol, icon, whatever, you still need to keep it chill. I can definitely relate.
You have to. Like, I'm a fan out. Oh, definitely. Oh my God.
When I saw Rihanna in person, I was like,
oh, tell us that story. Where do you see her?
So long time ago, when Ocean's 11 came out.
Okay, yes.
I was working there.
Never watched it.
I was an agency worker, and they were doing the premiere. So Rihanna was the last person to arrive. I'm telling you, presence. I have never experienced presence like that in my life.
Really?
Yeah. She walked into the building. Everyone was silent. Like, the silence was so loud.
Wow.
Just her presence alone. Like, the way she walked, the way she commands herself, like, her as a person just shut everyone down. But then one girl was like, I love you, Riri.
And everyone just blew up.
She's like, I love you too. But like, literally, I will never forget that moment. And even though I was like, oh my God, that's Rihanna, I love Rihanna. I was just like, I was smitten. I was like taken aback. I didn't know what to say.
Yeah.
And I was just like, I don't want to go too crazy.
Yeah. Trust me, half of these people, if you just spend 10 minutes in the room with them alone, all of that fandom will just disappear, and you just get to connect with them one to one. Do you know what I mean?
Yes, I think that's what I love, like, about encountering people in like random situations, because you never expect to meet them, but then when you actually talk them,
calm, just regular.
It's so nice. It's such a nice conversation.
I think the first time I had that was when I got the chance to interview Deneo. If you don't know who he is, UK funky African swingish artist. He's definitely coming for a good comeback. I've been hearing his new tunes coming out recently, and I remember when I was on my way to the interview, like, can I swear?
Yeah,
I was shitting myself, guys. I was so fucking done. My sister was like, calm down. She was patting me. I was driving, my hands were sweaty. I was so nervous because I didn't want to mess it up. When we started interviewing, I let him just speak. He was amazing to listen to, and he was so humble. He was so humble. That's and do you know how I got him on my pod at the time? I was TikToking, the TikToks I do on TikTok. Don't take me seriously, guys. I'm a little tyrant on there, but you know, I was just having fun on TikTok, and he would always like my stuff and always like, you know, comment on my stuff. Yeah. Then he messaged me. He was like, "I can see you're gonna do great things. Keep doing what you're doing." I
love that.
And then my podcast was going at the time. I was like, "Should I ask him to be a guest?" And I just DM'd him on TikTok. He was like, "Of course." I was like,
oh my God, that's amazing.
You know, never in this world I thought I could interview someone like him. Yeah. So, yeah, man. Anyway, back to the topic. What's going on in Hollywood?
I love that. But yeah.
Yes.
The child actors, because there's been, 2 or 3 documentaries that came out this year.
This year alone?
I think so. Either this year or last year. There was Quiet on Set.
Okay.
And there was the one about Nickelodeon as well. So
I've heard of them, but I haven't
Dan
watched
Schneider and the Quiet on Set, and like you got like Demi Lovato, the guy from Drake and Josh, like all these child stars talking about their experiences. Like some of them were working 15 hours a day.
As a 12-year-old, that's insane.
That's insane.
That's insane. And it's not like it's okay once a week. Like they come every week and they do a long day. It's every day.
Every day.
That's crazy.
And on top of that, you're having to study.
Yep.
On top of that, people are probably recognizing you wherever you go, and you're just a kid yourself. So, like, your childhood is taken away from you so early on.
Do you believe in like child stardom?
I do. I feel like it is. I feel like it's true. Like it's real.
I feel like I believe in it, but obviously how could a child understand that their childhood is going to be ripped away from them, especially if they become a child star and they're not from money and they suddenly become the breadwinner of that family. It's too much pressure.
It is a lot of pressure.
And you grow up way too fast. You're on these little kiddie shows like Zack and Cody and all these shows, acting like a child, but off camera you're probably not. Your mom's just like, okay, we need money for this the next 6 months.
That's true.
And you're in meetings. I'm no way they're in strategy meetings. Like they're kids.
But
you know?
maybe the acting is the only way that they can feel like a child, because they don't actually have that time.
Which is sad.
It is very
I think,
sad.
because it's fictional. It's for us kids that is not living that life, that child star lifestyle, that is enjoying them for our own childhood. Yeah. But they don't get to enjoy it themselves.
That is true. I think another big one probably. Oh, what was that? I always forget his name. But there used to be a little boy that was like one of the biggest YouTube stars, and he used to just do reviews of toys. I don't know if it's Diego or something. Okay. I don't remember his name. But from when he was like 2 years old up until he's a teenager, every day filming YouTubes, every day having to be hyperactive, having to be like, guys, look at this new toy, you know?
I think that the difference between TV child star and social media child stars, I think very similar but drastically different. Solely because there are child labour laws in terms of TV and acting, and I hope music, I'm not sure, that's helped protect the child as much as they can. I just do think there's a lot more that governments across the world can do to protect children. But social media, I don't know how a government can regulate it, but something needs to happen. Because I watched a documentary recently on Netflix. I can't remember what it was called, but basically the mum that started this whole YouTube stuff was pretty psychotic. And I don't know if you remember back in the day, I never watched these YouTube channels, but I knew that I knew of them and different types of them. So they came up with a concept which wasn't original on YouTube, but it was a good concept to help YouTube channels grow. And that was just basically getting a bunch of kids together and calling them this group. Like,
I saw that
teen group.
I saw that documentary.
Yes, my jaw dropped to the ground.
I didn't know what to say.
It was shocking. Hopefully you can put it in the comments or description below. I can't remember what it's called. Yeah. But obviously watching, basically they got a bunch of teens together. The main person from like the child from the parent who started it, she's been on YouTube for a while. She grew her big following, but the mum wanted more. Yep. And she got a team of teens together, and I think this lasted from the ages of like maybe
8 or 7
to about maybe 13 or 14 years old, and it consisted of pranks that weren't funny.
Yes, so
like
bad.
Those kids were traumatized. Like I think one of them was like one of the kids were getting arrested because I don't know what the reason was.
I don't remember the reason either. But let's say,
but they were doing things like kids were getting arrested because they I don't know, stole a car or something. These are kids that know nothing about crime. Yeah. So it's terrifying. You can see them, they're bright red and they're bawling in the video.
Crying.
It's a prank, it's a prank. They're not finding it funny. It's not funny. There was this trend called crushes. Yeah. And it was basically like a storyline.
I feel like that one was the weirdest
that was the weirdest one. There was a storyline, basically. So it was a trend. Like, you see how kids slime and all that stuff? Yeah. So this was another one. Crushes. Supposed to be relatable with young preteens supposed to be about young preteens liking each other, but obviously in a childlike way and maybe understanding their feelings. That's what I thought the original premise was when doing these things. But it's content, so there's always a dark side to it. And they paired random people part of this group together. So they, you know, and over time, when you keep filming something, it can psychologically mess with the kid or the person to make them think that they actually do like each other. That's number one. And the adults are directing this content, so they'll say things like, "Oh, hug him, oh, kiss him, or do a dare, lift up your top." These are 12-year-olds.
Yes, the one that they asked the girl to take off her top. I was
she was like, "I'm not doing it."
She was like 11. I'm just like, what is going on here?
And then the last one was, this was outside of their YouTube channel, but one of the kids, an external kid, kind of was collabing with them. I think at the time the kid was like 16 years old, and outside of the YouTube channel, he was on like a streaming platform. Yeah. And the mum was with them. So it was on the streaming platform, it was on live, it was him, the mum and the mum's daughter.
Oh yeah. Oh.
And then, mind you, this kid is 16 years old at the time. The mum, who's probably 40, 30, mid 30s, late 30s, wants to go and kiss this child, like lips. She was drunk.
Yep.
And it was just like very, very sad. They got a court settlement out of it at the end after everyone did their own testimony. But their main thing was obviously to spread the word. But the child of the mum who started this is still doing it. Yeah. So she's trapped in it. She's been doing this stuff since she was at least 6 years old. And that's all she knows. Yeah. So
and some of those parents did try to help the girl, like tried to take her out of that environment and stuff. But obviously when you were stuck with someone for so many years, again, you're not
and then your mum's the one that's doing this is a bit.
Yeah, a lot of these kids are like cash cows for their parents.
Yeah.
A lot of these parents as well let their children get exploited and abused just for money.
Just for money.
It's just like, you basically just created a child for what? Just for content. It's crazy.
But let's compare the two in terms of...
I think social media is definitely worse.
Yeah, I think the social media aspect is worse. But also let's compare like the child styles that turned out okay and the ones that didn't. What do you think the difference were? So for example, I think, I don't know what their real names are, but I'm just going to call them Zach and Cody. I think Dylan and something. I don't know what their names are.
Yeah.
So we're going to call them Zach and Cody, yeah?
But are they really okay?
I think they're all right.
You think?
For the most part, yeah. So it's called Zach and Cody. Even people can say it's Raven Simone all right, because she said some odd things.
Yes.
But, okay, let's compare. Okay, since everyone knows that's a Raven, let's do Raven versus Orlando Bloom. Or Blue, what's his name? Orlando Brown.
Orlando Brown, yeah.
Brown.
Oof. I feel like Orlando went through some stuff. Definitely. But also, I feel like, because there's a lot of conspiracies in Hollywood, okay? I think that everything ties itself together. Okay. Illuminati, all these rituals and all these things for fame. I think there's some truth to it. Okay. I think Orlando must have seen things, been around things, and he knew a lot about the industry. And because he was willing to speak up on all these things, they found a way to shut him up by making him look crazy.
Yeah, I can believe that.
Even Raven had the moment when everyone thought she was going crazy.
Yeah, because she was saying weird stuff, saying I'm not a black woman, I'm American, and all this weird stuff. But, and also Raven's been in the game since she was
young, like 4 or 3.
Like crazy. Is that a good comparison? I don't know. But
I don't feel like there is any good.
I think right now, Orlando Bloom knows exactly what he's doing. And right now, social media is a place to make money. There's so much money in social media. True. So maybe he came out an honest man in terms of the way his mindset was. But I think he's playing on it, and I don't hate the player.
He's definitely playing on it.
That's what
I think. But it could also be the only way for him to stay alive. Because slowly the Hollywood industry is getting, everything's coming out.
Yep.
Listen, these men have been doing these things for so many years, decades, and nothing's ever happened to them. And I feel like now is the time. Like, it's hard to protect people, but when you stand in numbers, that's your protection. Yeah. So, but I don't know. The social media one is because you can tell. Like,
do you know the first social media one? I thought that was mad weird. When I was like a YouTube babe, like I really loved watching YouTube, and I did. There was a couple that I loved. I can't remember the names off the heart, but there was one called like, I think it was called like The Grapevine, whatever. But there was one YouTube family. They're based in the UK, but I think at the time they were in Ireland. I don't know if they're in London now, but they have a bunch of kids. I'm gonna give you the name after because I need you to put like their names, and I think this particular child is now a trans child, a trans girl.
Oh my!
Because it's still a child.
Yeah.
I think she is probably like 11 or 10 or 11 now, but I think one day the child wore at the time when she was a boy, wore one of his sister's dresses. And since then, the child's name's Eduardo, by the way.
Okay.
And since then, the parents, encouraged the transition. And I think that at that point in time, and I'm guessing this is like 2020, 2019 era, between 2019 and 2021, this is happening. And they encouraged it. And I think especially during that climate, a lot of like trans rights were being passed and just queer knowledge. It was really blowing up and people were more accepting. So I believe they just jumped on the bandwagon because because it could be a thing, maybe there is a queerness to the child.
Yes.
But the child could be gay. Do you know what I mean? Doesn't necessarily mean she wants to be trans.
Yeah.
Quite literally.
Yeah, that's
how many gay boys said, I like playing my mom's lipstick and make... Did that mean that they wanted to be a trans woman? No.
And it's especially when the child's not even developed, because you don't finish developing until you're like 20 and 21. So it's like your body's still going to change. So how are you going to transition a child when they're still...
It's crazy.
I
don't agree with it, and I feel like a lot of trans women will agree as well. If I was, God willing, when I'm a mother, and if God said that, your child is going to be trans in any way, the only rule I'll personally have is that you at least need to be around 16 years old.
Yeah. You have to be.
I think you have to be. I'm not going to stop you from being flamboyant. Do what you want.
Yeah.
But in terms of I'm going to start taking hormones and transitioning, you need to be fully developed as a being before you start doing all of that and understand that, okay, this is what I want to do.
And labeling the children as well.
Like they're kids.
Yeah, even at my workplace, my last workplace, I would see some kids and they'll be dressed a certain way, their hair will be a certain way, but they're the opposite sex. And I'm just thinking, is that their choice or is that their parents' choice? Like, we don't know. We actually don't know. And
I think it's so tricky because kids are very smart, but they're like sponges as well.
Yeah.
So where's the line of they made a conscious decision or they saw something they're interested in? What is it?
It could change so quickly. Like, in 6 months, you might like Barbie, but in 12 months, you might like ponies. I don't know.
That's what growing up means. You try and do different things. So yes, I won't stop my child from trying different things, but I think there's harm in certain things because they might not understand fully as to why they're doing it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, I just think child labor, social, all this child entertainment frame, I think is really, really risky. I see the importance of it because when you find out a brilliant child star, they do their damn thing, I must say. Yeah. But the dangers of it, I think, is so much of a risk.
Like, even the fact that you see a lot of these child social media stars. Do you know how many people are liking, sharing, downloading their content?
Oh, yes.
And apparently they're using this content to then use AI to make pornographic content about these children.
I have a niece that's 9 years old. And I see a little TikTok and I start laughing. I think, you're not old enough to be on TikTok. But one day she added me on Snapchat. Called her mum straight away. I said, do you know this child has Snapchat? She said she didn't know. I said, well, take it off her right now.
Oh my.
She wasn't being very smart because she went to go add her auntie on Snap. But it's them ones where it's not because, and she was not mad at me, but she was annoyed that happened, of course. But I'm not gonna bother explaining because her mum can explain it to her. But I'm just worried about these crazy people online. Yep. And even being allowed to be on these platforms from 13 is no. I honestly don't think social media should be for anyone from it. You need to be at least 17 plus, I think.
Yeah, I think that's definitely correct.
I think 13 is and up is crazy.
Yeah, that's too much. Especially the way that it's not regulated as well. Like anything can come up on their feed. Anyone can message them. There's predators online as well, posing as other people.
Yeah.
But it's just like, let the children be children. Like, let them enjoy life. Because even these ones that do the family content where you're like, oh, a day in the life, and you have the kids, like, they're there bathing, you see them combing their hair, getting ready for school, just like, are they actually enjoying that? Are they actually enjoying doing it?
I think that's what and I think it can take away the child finding what they truly would want to do in life, simply because parents specifically want to make fast money, because they didn't make that kind of money in their lifetime. Your dream is not their dream. Like with me, I've gone through so many dreams that I want to do since I was a child, but those characteristics still stuck with me. So for example, when I was a kid, there was a couple of professions I wanted to do, and I'll tell you. One, I wanted to be in like a inspector or something. I love, to this day, I'm obsessed with true crime. You will see me under the bed with a magnifying glass. Mum was like, Rachel, where's Chloe? What's she doing? And she's under the bed again. Like, I was that kid, yeah. To the point where on Dressed as a Character Day at primary school, I was PC Plum from Balamori. Like, I had my own hat, I had my own badge. My mum knew this. To this day, I still have the I wouldn't say obsession, but I still have the very heavy interest in true crime. I also wanted to be an architect simply because I found architecture beautiful. Like, since I'll look at buildings, whether it's newer buildings, older buildings, I'm like, oh my God, that's so cool. And I'll go online and I'll Google it. Where did it start? How? And all of those things still tie into what I do today. Do you know what I mean? I love being creative. So now all my interests are still within my creative field. I do like true crime episodes on my YouTube videos. I still draw. And a lot of the drawings I do is landscape drawing. I now do like studio stuff and everything like that. These are the things I found when I was a child. Yeah. But think about it in their perspective as a child star, we're talking about social media stars, right? Yeah. Child social media stars. I feel like that searching for what I like or my interest is taken away from me because I have to sit in front of a camera every single day. Yeah. Or maybe I am just putting Legos together, but my mom comes, hey, look, Jackie's now putting Legos together. Oh my God,
and then I don't like this anymore. Smile straight away.
Do you know what I mean? Yeah. So it's... I'm not saying don't, because I enjoy content and I enjoy making content, and I feel like when I have a family, I don't think I'll film them, and if I decide to do it, it wouldn't be constant. It wouldn't be like they have to be there. I don't care what viewers say, we need them, that's between you and God. It will be just a feature. Yeah, there has to be a balance, definitely. Like, let them enjoy their life. Yeah. But then if they want to create the content, like, don't force them to do it. If they've asked me saying, Mum, I like what you do. Yeah. Can I be in this one? Yeah. That's different. Yeah. And even they might like it for like 3 months or they might not want to be in it anymore. Yeah. And then exactly. Like, I think these parents need to give the child more freedom in terms of what they actually want to do. Yeah. Rather than just thinking about the money. Now, Miss Shirley. Where them fans at? This little girl. I remember when I first saw that video, I was like, okay. Like, she got it. Like, you know, we love to celebrate our little people. Like, she was popping that hip. Trust me. But why she got like her grandma's name, first of all? That's not even her real name. Miss Shirley. I'm all here for stage names, but Miss Shirley's crazy. It's crazy. This girl's been touring. She's been doing like a world tour like Beyonce. She's 4, by the way. Exactly. And she's been here all around America, going every state, talk show, appearances, this, that. Like, I'm sure that child is tired. I think... Again, I'm not against it, but I think it should be within the child's limits. Yes. So if she wants to do it and she said that, yeah, Mum, I'll do it. Yes, it could be convincing from the parent, but it's like, okay, we need to do all of these shows. Instead of a 50 show tour, she's 4, so we're going to do 20. And we're going to spread it out all this time. Yep. Do you know what I mean? Yep. She needs time to just recoup and have some fun and play around, not rehearsing every 2 seconds of how she's going to pop that hip next time. I feel like the way she's been out here, she's been outside. And then the outfits, I think they're cute. This is coming from a lens of a woman who loves children. And I love little frilly stuff on kids. Yeah. It's so cute. But I can also see when it... Oh, wow, that sounds so crazy. I can also tell that if someone with a bad lens is looking at it and see it totally different. Once she's a little black child, and they tend to mature black children very, very quickly, sexualize very, very quickly. And some of the outfits I would say no to as well. Do you know what I mean? There's a lot of people that are looking through our innocent eyes, but there's also a lot of dangers on there. And when I, as a true crime fanatic, whenever I hear a case when it comes to like child, like paedophilia or whatever, images now is not even like anything you would think, what you would think they would have in that hard drive. It could be simple pictures of a child in a one-piece swimsuit. As simple as that. Do you know what I mean? We not thinking nothing. The kid has his floaties on his arm. He's ready for a swim. Do you know what I mean? So it's a bit.
I mean. What took it up? Like this, her mum is letting men pay to come see her in person. Wait, really? Yes.
Wait. In what context? Like, if she had like a show?
Nah, they're just paying to come, like, meet and greet this 4-year-old girl, and then every time a man comes,
they sit on the lap.
No, they're carrying her. I don't know. Obviously, that's all the videos I saw.
She's 4.
They're carrying her, and it's like she's 4. Like, and why is a man traveling from Quay to come and see this child in person?
I didn't know that. This is the first time I'm hearing that. So if it's a thing, so it's a meet and greet. Is there an issue with the meet and greet?
No, it's just a personal one.
But I'm so sorry. If you're coming to meet and greet a 4-year-old, only kids are allowed to meet and greet this 4-year-old.
Right?
I don't understand why grown adults are paying to meet men or women. Why are you grown as fuck coming to see a child? To do what?
Little girl.
That's crazy.
And then she has to go on them like she knows.
I saw like one man holding her on his lap. I'm thinking, why? No.
Like, why is this? Why is her mother letting her?
No.
It's just out of order because
it's bang out of order.
Listen,
apparently they're called CPS.
Yes, I heard.
CPS is Child Protection Services in America. UK is what social services, right? So
because apparently people were saying that her mom created her OnlyFans, but apparently that was fake. Yeah, that's what people were saying in the internet. Apparently it was fake. There was no OnlyFans, but now the fact that she's letting grown ass people meet the little girl. And she's there on their lap and hugging these people.
I don't even think the meet and greet's necessary.
That's wrong. That's wrong. I'm sorry.
I think what the mum is doing, she's milking out her cuteness as much
long as she can. Yeah. That's what she's trying to do.
Yeah.
That's why she's pushing it. But it's just like.
And I just see it as this: if money is the grab, because obviously you should never idealize money. You can want money, but don't idealize it. But if you're gonna go through all of this, a lot of these parents don't put money away for the child that is working. Yes. There's no house, there's no trust fund, there's no nothing waiting for them. By the time they're 18, 21, they're broke.
They ain't got nothing
in their car.
Look at Britney Spears.
That was even sad.
Her dad rinsed her money. Her mum rinsed her money.
Just ruined her. Britney should have been on Beyonce's level now. Trust. If Britney was still in her back, she would have been doing bits. Because I messed with Britney.
Britney was
my girl. Like, yeah, she was my good sis. I'm not gonna lie, they did Britney bad. And I think regardless, she still got hits. We love a good Toxic and all of them songs there. And yeah, they did her dirty. They did her dirty.
Like, she'll be making money forever, but it's just like her soul's gone. Like, she ain't got nothing.
Yeah,
she can't do it. She can't do it. Like, people like her, Justin Bieber as well. We all know something should come out, but he's not ready. Justin is going through it. My boy is going through it. I mean, I don't even remember back in the day when he used to roll around with
Deontay Bieber. Yeah.
Is that his real name?
No. They did my boy so dirty. So dirty. That man is going through so many emotions. First of all, his ex-babe is now dealing with this guy. Yes, he's good. The guy is an amazing songwriter and producer.
He's a weird
guy.
But
he's a weirdo that looks like he smells. Then, his wife is a stalker that became his wife. And he dislikes, because that man hates that woman. I don't know what.
Oh my days.
I mean, I hope they work it out. You know, marriage is marriage.
Hopefully.
But I think the foundation of marriage is very important, and I don't think it started genuinely. No. So, hey ho, good luck to them. And the other day, he was on stage with SZA.
Oh yeah, I saw that. He looked.
Do you know what he looked like? You see when you see those videos, yeah, and I know this name is, people are trying to say it's a hate. What's they call it? people don't like the next word I'm about to say. You see those crackheads here when they have like when they have like they're on drugs and they're like bent like this, and like in one awkward position. That's how he looked like on stage. He looked like he was stemming, bro. Like he was out of it. He looked like he was out of it, and I'm like, I'm scared for him. All jokes aside, I'm genuinely scared for him because God forbid, touch whatever wood I can touch right now. I can see him.
I feel like it's going to be an OD for sure.
Yeah, the next 2 years.
Yep. But what?
God forbid.
How old was he when he started? 11?
Like 14, 13?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
Like, they used to sexualize the hell out of that little boy.
Never got it. I was a Chris Brown fan.
I never got it either.
I was a Team Breezy, so I never got it. But at the time. But yeah.
Like grown-ass women
Let me tell you something.
Talk shows.
In my past life, I used to live in Dubai when I was a kid. And this was my first time going to school with white people. I grew up in Hackney. It was all black people in the school. Justin Bieber's birthday comes. It's like the whole world stopped.
No way.
People are wearing like Justin Bieber jumpers, t-shirt. They baked a cake for a man that they've never met.
Wow.
It was Justin Bieber Day. And I was the only one that didn't participate, and they thought I was weird. And I remember looking at these young, and I was 14. This was 2011/2012. I don't know when his birthday was, but like 2012 maybe. And I'm looking at, no, it was 2011. Definitely 2011 or 2010. I don't know, but early Bieber days. And I was looking at them like, raw, like,
what's going on?
What's going on? I went home and said, Mom, they have the whole birthday party for Justin Bieber. That's crazy. Like, he had a bop or two, but flipping heck, you know?
The obsession was crazy.
It was crazy. And I was obsessed with Chris Brown, but not enough to do a birthday party for him. Like, I remember, sorry, I had a side note, I didn't talk to Mom for 2 days. When we were in Dubai, he had a concert in Dubai. And I knew of it, and I kept on asking my mum, please, please. And I'd never been to a concert before. Okay. I was like, please, 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 can I go? She didn't really take me seriously. I was like, this one, in Nigeria is, whatever. Then her colleague had 2 Chris Brown tickets and asked her if she would like to go with her. And my mum said, oh, Chris Brown, my daughter likes Chris Brown. This is without me knowing, by the way. 2 days after the Chris Brown concert, my mum comes to me, and I go to her and say, oh, I'm so sad I didn't get to go. And she was like, oh, my friend told me that she had spare tickets, and I knew you liked it, but, you know, it's what it is. The
traitor.
That she had to beg me. She bought me the whole deluxe album of the exclusive Chris Brown album. She bought everything. She said, Chloe, I'm so... Because that was the first time me and her were beefing. Never again she messed up with that man. Never again. I didn't speak to her for like a week. I was fuming. What do you mean you had free tickets? Anyway, funny. But yeah, that's how fans are when it comes to these people, isn't it?
But now with Justin Bieber, I was worried because the grown-ass women were like kissing up on him.
Remember
saying,
that Pink
you're
one?
so sexy.
Remember when Pink tried to kiss him?
It wasn't Pink. It was some next woman, but it looked like Pink.
It wasn't Pink?
No.
Oh, sorry to my good sis Pink.
Yeah.
That's some hits.
I remember that. And I was like, he's just a boy.
He's just a child. Don't kiss him. What the hell's wrong with you?
And then he had 24 hours with Diddy.
Was that like before he started?
That was when he was popping.
Really?
Yeah. I think this was after Baby came out. Yeah. So when that hype was really big. So I think... I don't know, because Usher was the one that took him to Diddy.
Yeah,
so
and Usher's...
It's very questionable, that one. It's very, very questionable.
Yeah.
But yeah, them 24 hours with Diddy. He was also going to Diddy's parties when he was like 16. Like, and we know what was happening at them parties, yeah?
Can I just highlight, child star or not, a lot of the time when I speak to like my male friends or whatever, and we get to the topic of sex, and we like ask, okay, when did you lose your virginity or whatever? A lot of them say crazy ages like 12, 13, 11.
Yeah.
Then I ask, okay, who did you have sex with? Like, was it a fellow classmate? Like, what? It's grown women. Grown women. I hear it all the time. So I don't think it happens only in the fame world. It happens everywhere. Yeah. And like, I feel like a lot of these boys are now realizing, no, this woman raped me, or she did this, or she did that. Do you know what I mean? So, well, human beings are weird, man. Yeah. They expose stuff really early.
Mr. Diddy Diddler.
Let me start for this one. Puff Daddy.
Oh,
Mr. Love. What other names does he have? Love, Puff Daddy, Sean, his actual name, P. Diddy, and I think that's the names I know.
Bad
anyway.
Boy.
I'm Bad Boy, yeah. All of those identities are not going to save you this time.
Listen, I've been knowing that man was scheming from day.
Craziness.
I don't know, he just has a face that you can't trust. I don't know, there's something about him.
You see when you can just sense a deviant.
Yeah.
You're not good.
Yeah, I'm not good now. From when Biggie is gone the way he did, I'm Tupac and all of that.
I just found it strange. And mind you, I think I was just born when the Tupac and Biggie, I was within that year that I was born, so I wasn't here for the timelines. But when I researched the timelines, Biggie died, and I think that song Missing You came out like within a week or two of him. How do we get here?
How?
Little things like that. I've read up a lot on Diddy, but I'm gonna let you lead.
Diddy, the diddler. He's an opportunist. Like, we've seen that with so many of these artists, yeah? He exploited them. I even remember when Making the Band came out.
That show was crazy.
I remember. I was like, I would never forget that
cheesecake scene.
5 miles for cheesecake.
That's crazy.
That shows you how narcissistic that man is.
He's mad. Do you know when I realised, and I don't really care, that man has some sugar in his tank.
You can tell
he has some sugar in his tank. The moment I realised was, you need to understand, put yourself in 2004-5 when Making the Band came out, that was one, in terms of hip hop anyway, that was the most homophobic times.
Yep.
You could not be a man in hip hop and accept anything queer.
Yep.
Talk about it, be a part of it, be an ally. It wasn't a thing. But in Making the Band, I don't know what season it was, he decided to introduce den mothers.
Yes, that was questionable.
Trust me, we're not looking in 2025 lenses. We're in go back 20 years, we're in 2005 now. Den mothers. You will think, oh, den mother female. They're gonna bring female leaders to help, put the team in place or get them ready for when Diddy needs him or whatever. No, these den mothers were gay queer men. Well, queer, gay, same thing, but gay men leading the packs in the different groups. And at the time, I was young.
Think much of
I
it.
didn't think much of it,
of course.
I shouldn't even be watching the show. I think 2005, I was like 8 or something like that. So I was like 9, so I shouldn't be watching that. But when I watched it recently, I was like, that is so strange.
Very. Because
you were never, at the time, I don't know now, but because obviously, like, I'm going to use Jay-Z for example, because his mum's gay. But at the time, his mum's gay. His mum's got married like in the last like 2-3 years.
Mad.
But look at the times when I don't know if she's always been, I don't know their business, but look at the time she's now getting married to a woman. She's had kids.
She had to wait a long time.
I have family members like that as well. Do you know what I mean? They've had kids, have been in abusive. Anyway, but as you can see, but at the time when I watch it now, I'm thinking that is so strange. And he was like comfortable with it, and I don't know. I think my point I'm trying to make is that that was one of the instances that I thought, okay, this one's a strange one, simply because of the time that we were in at that moment and what he was doing. Another one was obviously watching that Keisha Cole session.
Yeah.
Sing more, say,
That man was. This is how you know he was taking a lot of drugs, because that man was always on 11. Always. And the way he would just flip on people, it was crazy.
It was crazy. And then if you watch that show a little bit more, especially like Aubrey from Dan
the way she, the way she used to stand up to him.
She stand up to him a lot. He used to get on her a lot.
But I mean, she got away with it because she was white. Let's not lie about it.
Because all the other girls, because you got to a couple of them, they were too scared to stand up for themselves.
Yeah. But he gave Aubrey that opportunity to do that to him. Okay. It's like, I feel like he allowed it because he knows that if it was a black woman doing it, again, everyone's going to say black woman, angry card, whatever. But Aubrey got away with it, but she also stood up for herself.
Yeah, I don't think she got away with anything. I think, yeah, as you said, I think he let it happen. But she had every right to defend herself because that man was nasty.
She did.
Very, very nasty. But, sorry, do you have anything else to add for Diddy?
Diddy, yeah, I think that Dead Mothers was very questionable. I think the way he used to treat the people as well, it shows how he treated Cassie in his relationship. Like calling people fat. Why you eating free 6 eggs or whatever it was. That guy was trying to lose weight. Why did you eat that much? Yeah. Crazy. Like all these little comments, like just shows how controlling he is as well.
But let's not just, we're still on Diddy, but even though you said that he is a nasty person because he has a crazy case on him right now, America's Next Top Model was the exact same way. Oh,
of course.
Oh my goodness.
I never realized how bad it was.
Because I was watching Living TV every single week. I was ready. I was like, Tyra, what you got ready for me?
I used to love it.
I was obsessed.
But I mean, even when I watched that episode where she goes crazy on that girl, like, I was rooting for you.
Ooh, I was rooting for you.
That's a bit much. Like, she didn't even do nothing.
Like, why are you screaming at her? This? They used to do crazy stuff. They used to be like, for me, yeah. They used to do stuff like, oh, your hair's so nice. Let's go bald. Like, what do you mean? Go bald.
Those extremes were definitely for the views, for the cameras.
Your gap 100%. Is nice. Just close it.
But that's the thing, yeah. The industry back then as well,
it was ruthless.
They used to get away with too much. They used to get girls plus size when they wasn't even plus size.
They were like a size 10,
literally,
bro. A UK 10.
Nothing, no fat, nothing. Like, these girls are out here doing the most, trying to make it. I even remember when they switched the winners as well. I remember.
Switch winners?
Yeah, someone was supposed to win, but then they were like, no.
Yes, I remember. I can't remember.
And I was just like,
yeah.
That show was chaotic.
It was crazy.
Like, reality TV back then was out of bounds. Like, Bad Girls Club, Making the Band for sure.
That was insane.
America's Next Top Model. I'm trying to think of some more toxic ones.
Talk shows were crazy as well.
Talk shows were crazy.
Jerry Springer, I swear that one, yeah. Another day. R.I.P. to Jerry Springer, man.
And I was like, hey, Jerry
was my guy. And what's called Maury, the Maury show.
Oh my day.
Obsessed. Me and my mum, obsessed.
Listen.
Obsessed.
But you know what? I feel like that type of reality TV is slowly coming back. Obviously, you have baddies.
No, but we're not going to compare Bad Girls Club to like baddies. I don't like baddies. I don't like baddies anything.
It's extreme.
It's UK. It's just a bunch of delinquents beating each other.
Yes.
I don't like watching that.
But that's why I think, low-key, the reality TV is going to come back to the shreds.
That's why when Love and Hip Hop was in its prime, and I think 2014 to about 2016 or 17.
Yeah, when it first started,
was in its prime. I think, even though it was a bit crazy and still a bunch of delinquents.
Anything could go.
But it was enough. Baddies is just, they're not even arguing about anything special.
They're not. They're just fighting.
Not fight-worthy fights. You know, it's just...
Everyone's just trying to make it.
Yeah, it's
like
too
they
forced.
think they're going to go viral.
Because if I just look mad on TV.
Yeah.
But back to the Diddler. What I wanted to mention, because I did my research. You told me to do my research. I did some research. I was going back because I said, I want to know how did he got into this game? Like, where did he come from? Why is he a bit of a madman? So if you want to go way, way back, all the way back in time. Jodeci reference. Anyway. So his dad was a drug dealer for the notorious, I can't remember
Frank Lucas.
Yes.
That's crazy.
Yes. And he got killed due to the lifestyle. And his mother, well, they claim that that's his mother. I'm not even sure at this point, but, you know, continued to raise him. He went to private school, so he wasn't from any hood. He was living a very comfortable life. He went to a couple of private schools, and it was assumed that he was different. And he used to like try to assimilate as best as he can, but he had a very like bad anger. So the anger's always been around. And he really wanted to be like his dad. How did the music thing come about? I can't remember how he got the connection, but I think he was an intern for someone in the music industry. What's his name? Something Harrell. Andrew Harrell. Yeah. Andre Harrell. Andre Harrell?
I think it's Andre
Harrell. And Andre Harrell is the mentee. Mentee is the person who's being mentored, right? Yeah. Mentee of Clive Davis.
Yep. Listen, all
even that Clive Davis needs to be looked into.
Back to Clive. That man there.
That Oyibo man there. God.
Listen.
Clive Davis. So he was a intern, and he quickly escalated to another role that basically helped set up events and stuff for the celebrities.
Yeah, he was a promoter.
Yeah, essentially. There was an event.
Yes,
you know
the basketball one. Oh, it was such a mess.
There was an event, a music event, obviously. At the time, who was the biggest singers and rappers? LL Cool J.
Yeah.
Who else?
I think Jodeci was there.
All of them, man. So if you just think about that era, I don't know when it was.
Ja Rule, all of that. It was in the 90s. I think 98.
No, earlier than that. Way earlier than that.
Oh, then
I think it's either
90 then.
It was either late 80s to early 90s. So you must have been between 88 and 92.
Yeah.
Within that time period that this event happened, and Diddy organized this event at this basketball's court. And you know, basketball courts, like, same like in school, you know,
like
you have the basketball
like
a school basketball court,
like a school gym,
literally for these celebrities. And usually the capacity of those places is maximum like 400 people, let's say on average, right? So they oversold the tickets for about 2,000. How do you do that?
Yep.
There's 400. How do you oversell? That's number one. There was no back pathway for these celebrities to go in.
Yep.
So when they closed the doors because they hit capacity, celebrities was going through the crowd. You don't do that at major events. They have to, maybe there's like a red carpet and then they go through the back to go to where they need to, or they just come through the back or does whatever they need to do. So that caused more chaos, and then a stampede happened.
Yep.
And I think 100 people died, or between up to 100.
I don't remember. I think people got injured and then 10 people died or something like that.
Okay, yeah, maybe my number's crazy. People got injured, but a good amount of people passed away as well. And Diddy didn't give a heck.
Hell nah. He got someone else to take the fall.
Yeah, he didn't want to take any blame. He got fired for that though, because he had to. But Andrew Harrell was really protecting him the whole time. There was even suspicions that them two were dealing with each other. I wouldn't be shocked. Then Andrew had to fire him, and then he had to kind of wiggle his way back into the industry. How he did that though was go behind Andre's back.
Yeah, and got
connection to Clive Davis.
Yep.
And then Clive Davis got him back into the swing of things, because Andrew was trying to tell him like, you're gonna get blackballed now, but he got his way back. And
Diddler is always scheming.
He's scheming. Like,
also, a lot of people think that that's his mum. That's not his mum. That's his auntie.
Is it?
Yes.
Is it proven?
Yep. So his mum passed away when he was quite young as well. Really? Yeah, and then his auntie was the one that basically raised him.
Did she adopt him?
And apparently, I don't know if she adopted him legally. I think that's still his name. Like, Combs is from his dad.
Okay, yeah.
But his auntie, I think, is the mum's sister. So she took him in.
Are you sure?
Yes.
You don't have to Google it.
Google it. And apparently, Miss Auntie Combs was a pimp.
Yeah, I wouldn't be shocked.
And she was out here having these type of parties that they now call the freak-offs, basically. Yeah, so she was having these parties in her house. People were coming to her house. She was like a pimp. And obviously, Diddy is seeing these things as a child. And I think they might have relations as well. This is what people are saying.
Yes, we're going to go into why, because there's lots of images.
She out here with the white nails. And yes, the white nails are damaging.
Essentially, and just a bit more context of this before Diddy's trial. Diddy has gotten away with a lot. A lot. So, okay, cool. That basketball case happened. Fast forward, he's found Bad Boy. He's doing his big one. Who's Quincy's dad? I'll Be Sure. Yeah? I'll Be Sure's now on the scene. They're all working together. Now, we weren't there, so we don't know what RIP to, what's her name?
Kim Porter.
I'm really bad with names, guys. I'm terrible.
Kim!
I'm really terrible.
Did you hear that? Apparently he bought her casket 3 weeks before she died.
We're gonna get there, guys.
The streets are saying.
Kim Porter had Quincy with I'll Be Sure, and then Diddy scooped her up somehow. Because
I think Diddy started doing all the things that he did to Cassie, and she fought, to Kim. So Kim was probably one of the first few victims, because obviously we don't know who else he's done it to previous. So to keep I'll Be Sure safe, and in order for him to have someone that's not connected to Diddy, she was like, just stay away, like to protect him.
Well, we saw how that turned out. Anyway, it just shows, even when Biggie died, not up to a week or two before he died, he was trying to get out of his Bad Boy contract.
Yep. Yes, he was.
He wasn't trying to stay with Bad Boy.
Yep.
Nobody was trying to stay with Bad Boy.
Yep.
I think they even signed some papers to like kind of start the process. Dodgy papers. And yeah, conveniently.
He died.
Very conveniently.
And who owns all of that?
Even Tupac. There's been a lot of ties to Diddy being the one who put the hit out on him. 100%. And I wouldn't be shocked at all that Diddy put a hit on Tupac. Because remember the studio session? I can't believe you forgot. Basically, okay, guys, if you're living under a stupid rock, go and Google this right now. So
everything's out there.
So before Tupac died, like a year or two before, he was shot already. So Biggie and Tupac were cool.
They were actually so cool.
They were brethren. They were calm. Yeah. This was in New York. Biggie said, "Pat, come true to the studio. I've got some beats I want to show you. Like, let's see what I got." He said, "I bet." Now, Biggie knows nothing about what's going on. He gets a notification that Tupac's downstairs. So he's like, all right, cool, let's go and meet him downstairs in the lift. Biggie is trying to tell him, nah, don't go down the lift, brother. Don't worry, he'll come up and say, he'll come up and say. He's like, no, I want to greet him downstairs. The plan was that they'll get a notification that he's here. Whoever he's going to do the shooting will actually go and meet Tupac downstairs and shoot him while he's coming in. That plan's still executed. But unfortunately, Biggie wasn't aware of this plan. Obviously, why would he? Because he's friends with him.
Yeah, of course.
Goes down in the elevator with the people who are going to kill Tupac. And those people still acted and shot Tupac with Biggie standing in front of him. So all Tupac saw was, you're trying to kill me.
Yeah. Listen, this all ties to Mr. Diddler. That man created that beef.
Mate.
Because he saw how cool Tupac and Biggie were.
And no one liked him because he... Do you know who Tupac reminds me of? Remember Recess?
Yeah.
That little ginger kid with a little notepad. Yeah, I'm gonna tell you and tell. Like, he's so annoying. No one likes you, bro.
I think Pac was probably telling Biggie, like, you see how much money I'm making? You see, this is how you could be.
Yeah, you need to get out this contract, Richard.
You know? And also, when Diddy found Biggie, he was very young. Like, I think it was like 16 or 17.
Okay.
He found him like rapping on the streets.
Okay, cool.
So again, if that's the only person you know that's put you on, is helping you make money, you're gonna believe them. But obviously, I think Biggie started to see what Diddy was really like
quickly, because I think there was a rapper that Diddy wanted to put forward, something G Mac or something Mac. He's dead now, unfortunately, but he was infuriated that Diddy was. But it's how the game works. Also, outside of Diddy, if whatever artist is making him more money, you're gonna gravitate towards that, unfortunately. But he was supposed to be the face of Bad Boy, and then Biggie came along, pushed him to the side, and put Biggie in front.
Biggie loves the attention. Like, he lives for it. He loves being on top of the world. He feels invincible, and that's the way he's been acting all these years.
Biggie or Diddy? He said Biggie.
Oh, I meant Diddy. Sorry, my bad.
He loves control. Sorry. He loves power. He loves what money can do to people. And that's why, like, from the beginning of this episode, I've been saying stop idolizing money. There's no problem in wanting money, because we need money to survive. Unfortunately, that is the system we have created on this marble that we live on in the middle of nowhere. Do you know what I mean? That's the system. That's what it is. But when you idolize it, you get yourself into crazy situations, and you don't know the person that's holding that money for you to get what you want. You don't know what they want from you.
But also, no one becomes a billionaire without getting their hands dirty.
And I don't believe that. I don't think any billionaire on this planet has become a billionaire. They've done something. Everything's connected. Diddy got in the spaces that he's in because he knows how to play the game. Like, he has the police on payroll. I believe that for sure. He has certain people, because obviously these people used to attend these parties, and man has about 250 cameras in his house. So if anyone wants to try to do him dirty, remember when he was I felt like he was, I'm so terrible at names.
Plotting.
What is that guy that got killed in prison because he had an island? Something Stein.
Weinstein. Harvey Weinstein.
Is it Harvey? No.
Jeffrey Epstein.
Jeffrey Epstein. That's it. See, I'm terrible at names.
Jeffrey Epstein.
I feel like he's the black Jeffrey Epstein.
Oof.
100%.
Probably.
And that head of house of his, that Christina something, whatever her name is.
Christina Coram.
Yeah.
She been hiding,
She
boy.
is the Giselle in the situation.
Hey.
I think he's the black Epstein, 100%. Because there's other things that he could have gone to prison for life for. There was a woman that was shot in the club, and he's the one who shot her.
Yep.
But someone
guy took the rap. Yeah.
And he had to get
Mace.
Not Mace.
What's it?
One other rapper, but he's from Belize.
I forgot that.
I don't know his name, but he's from Belize, and he got deported back to the Belize after he got released. So.
And let's not forget that a lot of the people in this world of Diddy, they're also complicit. Like these security guards that they were there making sure that they found Cassie whenever he was beating her up, they would do nothing. Like they're also complicit.
How about the security guards that have been talking for the last 2-3 years?
Oh, that one
There's
there.
one particular one that has been yappa
Satin
like a
Giles.
Shut it, please. he's been yapping everywhere. Vlad TV.
He's been everywhere.
He's been everywhere.
And he's here telling the stories. Yes, you're telling the stories, but you're also there watching it, doing nothing.
You're trying to absolve yourself from guilt. You were there.
I mean, I think from a lot of people's testimonies, you can kind of understand the power that Diddy had.
Yeah, 100%.
Like, he could threaten you and everything. Fair. I understand that. Like, I don't want to risk my life.
It's scary.
Just to bring out the truth. But then everyone could have united. But then no one ever thinks that these rich people are going to go down.
And